Hello, today we're going to talk about how long shall you date before having sex? Obviously, if both people are okay, you can have sex at any time, any stage into a relationship. But if you're looking for a relationship, when time gets tough, you two don't walk out. You will stay and work things through. If you're looking for a relationship in which you don't have to guess what the other person is thinking, because you know that person intimately and that person knows you too, and you don't have to hide who you are because you know she loves you or he loves you for who you are. If you're looking for a relationship, you don't want to foolishly invest a great deal of your life, your energy, your efforts, and only find out at the end that you had so little in common and there's so little of your emotional and physical needs are met. And you don't want that kind of relationship. Then you need to go slow. You need to have sex at a later period of time. Because for people who are sexually involved in the very beginning, it's very, very easy for one person to focus on the other person intensively, only on the person itself, rather than taking this opportunity to observe. Because to know one person intimately, the only way is to take your time, to go slow. Sexual involvement will create very intense passion. So those passion will make people blind. That's why we cannot see the other person clearly. We cannot see the other person realistically. That's the only way. And by the way, any relationship based on the intense sexual relationship won't last long. The reason is because that's based on the passion instead of on shared values, goals, or similar life preferences and mutual respect. Of course, there are relationships they don't happens like when they have sexual relationship in the very beginning, but they end up very successful. There are things like that. However, in a relationship, you're playing with your life, your time. You don't want to play the game like Russian roulette, right? You put the bullet in, you just turn it around and you take your chance. You don't want to take your chance. You want to take your chance when the odds are at your side. So, according to the book in Getting Love Right by Terence Gorski, he says that there are 5 levels of personal relationship between two people. I hope you can see those as acquaintanceship, companionship, friendship, romantic love, and committed love. So people can have sex in any of the stages. However, romantic love is the right stage to have sex. Why is that? You go to a party, you meet a guy or a girl, right? You find you like that person. So you start from knowing him or her and started to sharing fun things and started to really talk, open your heart, though you finish the whole process in 22 minutes. That's impossible. So we need time. Let's start from the beginning for casual contact, acquaintanceship. For the people who works in your office, the secretary, or you go to a party, you meet somebody, or let's see, what else? A waiter or waitress when you go to a restaurant. So you go to there often, you say hi to them. Those are casual, superficial contact. You have little or no commitment. So when you decided you like a person, you invited that person to share some activities with you. You go hiking, you go playing basketball, you go for lunch, you hang out with other people. So this is the second stage. It's called companionship. So what is important about companionship is that the activity takes precedence over the person whom you do it with. So let's say Saturday night you wanted to go for a movie. You call Jack. Jack is busy. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy, I cannot go with you. Then you hang up the phone, you call Sam. So Sam is busy too. Then you call another person, John. So basically, what you look for is doing the thing. It doesn't matter whom you do this thing with. Now, after you started to spend time to do things with this person, you decide you like this person. Then you start to get down to the next level. Let's say for couples, it's okay from time to time, sometimes your spouse or your boy girlfriend to spend some companionship time with his or her friends or buddies. So it's okay for your husband to spend Saturday night maybe go to play a game with his buddies, to have a drink with his buddies, or for a girl the same thing too. But if this happens on a regular basis, happens all the time, for example, let's say weekends are the most intimate time I want to spend with my loved one. I want to spend some quality time with him or her. And however, if every Saturday, Sunday, all the weekends, your boyfriend or your loved one have his or her own engagement, he has to do his own thing. You're welcome to come, but if you cannot, he has to go do his thing anyway, maybe with different people. So basically, those two people are pursuing two different relationship goals. They're pursuing different things. Okay, one is looking for companionship, the other one is looking for maybe a deeper, intimate relationship. And also there is something else I needed to point out. Some people feel that they have to be with their loved one all the time. If their loved one is on the phone for 20 minutes with he or her friends, or is going out to do something with his or her friends, so this person, especially ladies, will feel being abandoned. So this is the thing. This is a people addiction. We all heard about workaholic, or people eat too much. They depend on the foods to relieve their anxiety. Smoking. So the most prevalent addiction is addicted to human beings. So in this case, this person, if I feel anxious, if my loved one is not with me, basically I'm using people, my loved one, to fill my emptiness, to relieve my anxiety. So the right way is that I have to go down deeper to see, where does my anxiety come from? Why I feel this way, to get the root. Otherwise, there's no way that I can just quench my anxiety by just hanging on a person 100% every minute of my life. That's not the right way to solve this problem. So now, after some companionship with people, I find we have common interest, shared I like that person. Then I started to tell that person my thoughts, what I think, how I feel, and some of my personal private information. I open myself up layer and layer like an onion. Then that person, if that person gives me validation, then I feel comfortable. And then that person will open him or her up to me. Then I started to share our thoughts, our experiences, our values together. I feel great. Then on that's friendship. So for friendship, what is important for friendship is that the person is more important, critical than the things we do. if I call my best friend, oh, hi, do you want to go out hiking tomorrow? She said, no, I'm tired. I don't feel like going out. Then I'll say, no problem. Let's do something else. You can come to my place. We have some coffee or tea, or I can go to visit you. We can watch a movie together. So basically, the person takes precedence over the things we do. That's friendship. So after we become friends, we start to understand each other, we trust each other. So then to deepen the friendship, let's say in this case it's a guy. So we can deepen this relationship by sexuality or sensuality. Because this is a safe way. Because up to here, our sexuality is based on how we feel each other. It's based on the trust we have for each other. Then up to here is safe because we often see couples. Let me see here. Often for couples, we can see that people fight for different things like time and money. How we spend time, how we spend money. So for one person, that person likes to spend, for example, on Sunday after I get married. So on Sunday, I want to spend Sunday working. My spouse wants to spend Sunday on going out to have some fun time. So for money, I want to spend time on traveling. My spouse wants to spend time on traveling. We're never fight about money or time. We're fighting about different values. That's why it's important to know each other's values. So after we know each other, we deepen our relationship on the base of the friendship. Then is the time we can go to bed. According to the book Terence Gorski, relatively, it depends how often you get to know each other, how often you're with each other, takes about 8 to 10 weeks for us to get there. Of course, you say you can get to know somebody in 22 minutes in a party, but I highly doubt about that. So up to there, it's a safe stage. People started to deepen the relationship, and it's different from the beginning because this is not only based on the intense passion and sensuality. Okay, let me see where I am now. So, finally, after that, this is more than a feeling of passion. It's based on the common interest, goal, values, lifestyle, preferences, and mutual respects. So this is a safe one, and it has a solid foundation. So in this case, it won't crumble easily. A very great book. I like to recommend you this book, Getting Love Right. I'll put a link below. So if you're interested, you can read this book. If we're not in a healthy relationship, you're in a dysfunctional relationship, or you're looking for a healthy relationship, is good, is important to know what is a healthy relationship, how to build up a healthy relationship, and then we can save our energy, our efforts, especially our life on relationship. So we can start to work on ourselves, start to change, and then we can get closer to the relationship we seek. And for the Chinese version of this video, you can click the link above, go to my Chinese channel, and I'll also put the link below for this book. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck. See you next time. Bye-bye.